Well, finally getting around to doing this 1985 Fender MIJ Stratocaster. It's gonna need a lot of work. I've had it for just about a year now, and kind of like know it's gonna be a back burner project, but looking forward to do it now. Got some time. It's getting to be winter, so good indoor thing to do, I guess. The original nut was, of course, the locking and height adjusting nut, which was like a mechanical, I don't know, ideal nut to have. So the guard, nothing, no nut was on the guitar when I got it, but it came with this I'm assuming plastic nut that would just sit there and you could play the guitar. But I got this instead. It's a roller nut, at least. The two holes don't quite line up with the two holes in the neck, so I'm definitely not going to drill the neck or touch the neck in any way. And then the pick guard, the original one has all the original controls in it, and it's been hogged out to fit a humbucker. Some guy with an axe came along and opened this pickup hole out a little bit from single to humbucker. So I want to replace that. I'll just leave this as it is. All the original cap and pots and switch, just leave them alone, just leave them as is. They're all pretty much worn out anyway. This guitar's been used a lot, so it's been really played a lot. So to replace that, I don't know what color to choose. It's kind of a, see against the white here, it's a bit of a yellowy pearl or creamy pearl. It's a really cool paint. When you see it in person, it's really like pearl on a car, like a pearl coat. So white looks okay, but kind of plainish. So I thought pearl would be good, but when you put the pearl on, then it makes it look more yellow than pearl. So a darker tortoiseshell could look okay. I think I'm going to go with that one, just because it's what I have. I suppose ideally I'd go back to a black one, just get a new black one, and have that 85 look to it. But I do like tortoiseshell too, so I'll try that. Maybe one or two holes will line up, but other than that I'll be drilling holes in the pick guard after I mount all my pickups and stuff to fit this. It's a pretty unique shape, especially with the bridge. It's it has quite a few extra notches in it and whatnot, so a couple holes coming darn close here, 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 and I think one other one here, but the rest will all be totally drilled, new hole drill to make it fit. And I'll take off the neck, clean it up. It has bumps on it from playing, but also part of the bump is kind of goo. So clean all that shit off and then get that cleaned up. Clean up the pocket. Take the tremolo out. I'm kind of wondering how to do that. I'll try to show that. And you still find the manuals. Someone's put them on the internet. So if I don't know how to get that bridge off properly. Luckily I have another one of these, the green one. So I have the infamous tremolo bar that has the Allen head end on it. And this will unlock the tremolo. So well, actually, let's try it out. Yeah, good. Okay, there now it's unlocked. But there now it's locked solid, which is a great feature of the guitar. You can have it locked, solid bridge, or full tremolo, and also you can alter your springs that when you unlock it, it down tunes like half step or whatever. So do some tricks like that with it, but. Okay, so I'll get on this and I'll try to film everything just to show kind of how it comes apart and clean it up and then get it going, ready to go.
So it has some Bob Dylan music on here, but Bob Dylan is apparently not cool with putting his music on YouTube, so I have to narrate it. So just use the original tremolo arm with the Allen key fixed right to the end of the tremolo arm. Use it to wind back the spring. You see the spring is moving backwards right now in front of the tremolo, and that bolt goes right through the body. Pretty cool system. And then trem comes out here, so learn how to get it out. And a couple pieces of tape on there holding the springs in, but the springs are actually upside down. If you put it in the right way, the springs will hold on there. You set the trem in and then bolt it down with those two Phillips head screws that I'm taking out right now. And there they come out. And the trem should pop out. Pretty cool system, but it's pretty detailed and lots of involved parts, so but to get one is pretty neat. And there's the springs. And the parts below is pretty gunked up, but the WD-40 seemed to loosen it up pretty good. Just took a toothbrush and cleaned out the rest of the gunk. And there's the spring hanging there. And the fine-tune adjustments there. The little springs in there. I'm missing one spring, but no big deal. I didn't put it back in. Or didn't make one to put back in. Once the strings went on, they pulled them tight. And there's the locking arm. It locks over. It's a solid trem, and then unlock it, and then the trem will float, and you can use the tremolo. There's a spring tension rod running right through the body. See the 3 original anchor nuts for the original pickups. And I soaked the trem for about a week in WD-40 to get rid of all the gunk.
So after a bunch of messing around, I finally figured out what pick I was going to use for this one. I used the DiMarzio for the bridge. That's just standard, should fit. Looks like there's clearance in the opening here with the pickguard installed. It gets pretty thin at the end because of the tremolo, so it's a tiny wafer of pickguard there. I just took the top guard off and ground down one side of the lower bobbin piece, just so it'll fit and clear this hole. When the guard's on, there's the route doesn't match with the guard. These bits here are sticking or protruding into the hole, so I've kind of slipped that on there, and then it supposed to be a dummy pickup. Just kind of fill the hole, glue that in place. And then for the neck pickup, I do want to pick up there, so I tried taking just a regular humbucker and grind the edge off, because it again has to fit into the hole, which doesn't quite line up with the pickguard. There's a bit of an overhang here, so it won't just kind of drop in like they usually would. Let's see, yeah, see, so it won't quite fit. So I've tried another one, actually this one here, the original part of it, to grind it down, but then I clipped the bottom plate here and it broke a wire inside, so I lost continuity in the wiring, so I had to open. So anyway, I decided to take the bottom plate there, and I used some JB Weld and epoxied Telecaster pickup on. This is that Arctic one that wasn't quite wide enough to catch all the strings, so I'll use it in the humbucker position, clean this up a bit, and it'll be fine. It'll adjust, and you can still split the coils. It's I can't remember what it's reading. So for both coils, it's about 12,000 ohms split, shortcutting the second coil, about 6,000, which makes sense. So that'll be good for that. I might have to use a different capacitor to tone it down a bit to get the right neck tone, but I'll try it first. It could be just fine. And then I'll use push-pulls on the rest of the for each bridge and neck pickup. So I'll split them both, so you have single, humbucker, or humbucker single, whatever you want. And I'll only have one tone, so I'll have a push-pull volume, and one tone. Instead of the regular Strat, that's volume, neck tone, middle tone. So change up. One tone's all I need. I hardly ever use the tone anyway, so one tone's enough. There's volume. There's that thin piece there. I grind it out quite a bit to smart the back, and use my bench grinder. Ground it out, and then use a hand file and filed out the rest, and then filed out the holes a little bit to get some to fit, and then I'll have to drill another couple holes in here. So quite a bit of fitting just to get the pick guard and pickups in, without altering the body at all. If you had original made in Japan pick guard, it would be no problem, just drop right in, but to fit a USA one onto the made in Japan Strat, it can take some work. So got the pickups in, and this pick guard all wired. Use push-pull pots for volume, and one tone. I find the normal Stratocaster is volume, middle tone, neck tone, or neck middle tone, whatever. And there's no tone on the bridge on a regular Stratocaster. But I never use tones anywhere, very rarely. So one tone's more than enough, and then volume for bridge and volume for neck, and this is the dummy. Just used a Epiphone three-way switch to, since it's basically a kind of Les Paul wiring in the Stratocaster pick guard, so it works great for that. Just, you know, bridge, both, and neck. And then I moved the bridge volume over a little bit. I find I always rub this volume with my finger, and it only go one ways down because it's already all the way up. So before long, I'm turning my volume down. So just give me a little extra centimeter or so finger width to get it out of the way a little bit. And it's still right in the same vicinity, but just a little bit more room. So probably just put something over there, like maybe a guitar pick or something, cover that up. And then in the back, I had a little extra foil bit, just a cheap pick guard from China, just a $10 pick guard. And it came with a little bit of foil, but added some more onto it. It's all conductive both sides, this foil. Let's use that. Got my epoxied pickup onto my humbucker base here. This pickup fit not too bad, the DiMarzio Joe, but I had to trim down the screws a little bit. This the cavities in this body are very shallow, so one thing to watch for, shallow, and also not a USA pattern, so you kind of have to customize everything you put in there. It has to be fitted to make it work. Ran shielded wire everywhere, a couple not shielded, but most is shielded. All the pickups and everything is all shielded. Right to the jack. Used a 103K potentiometer, so just have to kind of take the high trebles off, but definitely not going to get muddy at all. Don't like that. If it ever came to that, I just reach over to my amplifier and turn the treble down on that. So just enough when you're all alone on your guitar, you kind of alter it a little bit, but not going to like have some big drastic change. So I like that capacitor. It's worked pretty good. For the tremolo, I just soaked it in WD-40. Got all the gunk out. The WD-40 has solvents in it and stuff, so just let them sit there for about a week, and then rubbed it all down and wiped all that crap out. Everything seems to be free now. It seems to be working pretty good. Same for the screws and springs and stuff. Soak them too and wipe them all down. The black here didn't seem to ground very well. I thought it'd be grounded or conductive black paint, but I couldn't get it to conduct, so I thought I'd add a little shielding in here, and also in the jack in the back. And also I couldn't find a wire from the screws here, the tremolo, and eventually the strings to the pots and stuff to kind of ground out the whole guitar. So I suppose they're doing it through the paint before, I'm not sure exactly, but anyway, I added a wire in just in case. I want to make sure I have a good shield, good ground, and no noise and nothing like that. So that'll go in okay. Just went with the tortoiseshell. There's the jack in the back. Oh, with the cover already. But anyway, it looks just like this, but it's in the back. So I'll go ahead and get this all put together nicely, nice as I can, and get cracking on the neck. So we're just going to work on the neck here. Took the tuners off. A couple are close to being stripped, but they're okay. They came off okay. Took the trees off. Just so that I can take a high-speed buffing pad on a drill. So this guy here. That and some MIJ's wax. Just so I can get the shine back on the headstock, just on the black. Maybe I'll do the back too, because it's all kind of, it won't take out the dents, but it'll take out all the haze and all the fine scratches. So just clean it up a bit, get a bit more cleaner look, but still not affecting any of the natural or normal wear and tear. Just clean that up. And the frets aren't too bad, but a couple have a bit of, a few markings on them just from the strings, so just lightly clean them up with a file, very lightly, just a few strokes each, and then fret erase the rest. They won't be perfect, but they'll be a bit closer, just so when you bend you don't, start playing other notes. And then just so they're a bit better, but definitely don't want to take them down at all, just leave them as is. So just a touch of filing just to get them round and not flat on the top. There'll still be the odd, let's hit the bottom frets. The odd indentation from strings, yeah, there we go. But they're very fine, you can't feel them with your fingernails so much. So the string isn't going to catch on them and play when you bend across them, so they're there, but they aren't there deep enough to actually affect playing totally. I want more fret wire than I want it to be perfectly smooth, so I'm just going to stop right there and call it. So about 10 foul strokes for each fret. Ew. This ain't dirt. Ew. There we go. So just buff the headstock with MIJ's. So you can still see the indentations from wear and tear, but at least it's shiny, so it kind of cleans up, but it has that old look to it too. And did the back too. Kind of brings up the shine. Did the whole neck. So it's pretty good shape. And then of course did the fretboard. Clean the hell out of that thing. Now it's filthy. And frets and then see oil the fretboard just a touch. But it brings the color right back, so it's all dried out and looks like hell. So now it's to work on the nut, go through the machine or tuners, and then put it all back together, and then start working on adjustments and get it just the way they want. Okay, got the neck back together and body all together, so it's going to pick some strings. Let's go with 9s. It's a Fender scale, 25.5 inch, and then get it all together and start the setup. There we go, finally got this one finished. It sounds pretty good. So the DiMarzio PF Joe humbucker there, and they're split. Humbucker, and then the R-Tech in the neck and split. And then tone control. So that's just the 100 or 110 microfarad pot or capacitors, so do, and with 500 ohm pots, so definitely I thought it might be too small, but that's cutting out plenty of tone, I think. So it's actually in a usable kind of range. like it's super quiet. There's no hissing, fuzz, or kind of outside EMI noise, even split, little tiny bit, but very quiet. So use this guitar like this. I'll play it for a while, set it up. To set up, you use the neck adjustment and other various adjustments, so check the intonation and stuff. And then keep my eye open for a pickguard like this. If one ever comes up, I'll be all over it, but until then I'll just use this pickguard. But if one does come up, I'll just take this off, use it on another guitar, and then bolt that one on. That's the beauty of the Fender Stratocaster style. Just all electronics come out in one piece. And let's go on the original guitar. I have the green one as well, so it's a lot more original than this one. It does have a big crack in the paint, or the clear coat. This one doesn't, so I kind of like this color better, but just kind of keep them together for now. I'm not going to mix and match them quite yet. So that's good for this one. I'll try a playing demo later and just enjoy it for a week or two and make small adjustments and then go from there. Hopefully I find one of these for sale, but they're hard to find. I check eBay once every 2 weeks or so, and they don't come up very often. So definitely a cool guitar to get. It's a mid-80s made in Japan Stratocaster. This is the System 3 tremolo is great. I can't see him ever using it again. Stringing the guitar, putting the strings in was kind of tricky. But once you get the kinks in the strings, get them kind of bent to the right shape, it actually works not bad. But I can't see him ever making this tremolo again. It's not the best design, and it is very involved and a bit heavy too, I must say. So, but still, it's a very unique piece now, and you can't get parts from or anything anymore. So very cool and unique, special piece. Anyway, very interesting guitar for me. I find it interesting, and if you have one, good luck with it. Or if you see one for sale, I'd definitely be interested in it and check it out. It's slightly heavier than a regular Strat, say a Mexican or USA Strat, but not much, within a pound or two. And then has that real good feel, like no sharp edges, it has a quality feel. Once you play it, it's like, oh yeah, this is right. Even with the worn frets, they came out great, and they're seeming great so far. So let's play it for a while and enjoy it. Okay, have a great day. Bye-bye.